Hey guys, it's Justin Goodbread with Financially Simple. So I'm in the Heritage Investors conference room. As you know, I do on Financially Simple and I do on Heritage Investors. And I want to share something with you that we've been dealing with strategically this week in our office. So we have just completed our 6-month strategic business planning meeting. What that entails is locking everybody in our office in the conference room. You can see posters behind me on the walls. The board here in front of me is cluttered with all sorts of activity. But basically, for the last 2 days, we've had the whole team in the office to deal with strategic planning. And that's what's on my heart, so that's what I'm going to share with you on Friday Perspective. So, what is strategic business planning? Well, first of all, it starts with a vision. Where do you want to be? In our case, we were dealing with what do we hope to accomplish, or what are we going to accomplish, I should say, by the end of the year. So by December 31st of this year, what specifically are we going to accomplish? So that entails some planning. Interestingly enough, there's a research done by the TAB Institute, the TAB Institute, and they say that 38% of business owners only 38% of business owners do planning of any type of planning, much less strategic or long-term growth or all different types of planning. However, 78% of business owners view that planning is vital. So we have 78% that say planning is vital, but only 38% of those who actually do planning. So what is strategic planning? And what are we talking about? Well, basically you start off with a current assessment. Is where is the company at today? And what specifically are we trying to accomplish over the next, in our case, 6 months? And what specific actions are we going to deal with? And how are we going to quantify a win? So that's strategic planning. So what we started off with was an assessment of the organization. We dealt with, here's the numbers of Heritage Investors. Here's where we're having some success. Here's where we're having some failures. Once we go through that, then the whole team begins throwing insight into where do we want to be in 6 months. Now, I'm the business owner. I'm laying out here's my goals and here's my passion. But the whole team can at least see the way I think, and they get scared with that, but they can see the way I think. And by doing that, we can get the whole team on the same page. So the results of this last 2-day session was this. We now have 3 specific actions behind me on the board here. 3. No more than 3. We have 3 specific things that we're going to try to accomplish in the next 6 months. And for each one of those 3 items, there are 3 specific items which we're going to do. So for example, look behind me here, one of the things we're trying to do is free up some of my time. We're trying to deal with that. I'm working 60, 70 hours a week, so we're trying to free up some of my time so I can do more things for you guys. How are we going to do that? Well, on this board over here, we're going to implement 2 new systems. And we have 4 members of our organization who are going to work on implementing those 2 new systems. And we know exactly what has to be done. It lays out detail in writing what has to be done in the next 6 months. So we know what a win is. So let me ask you this. As a business owner, when's the last time you set your team down and did strategic planning? Maybe not necessarily finance, maybe not necessarily marketing planning, but I'm talking about strategic planning of where your company is today and get all the team members pointed in the right direction. And you're like, Justin, dude, I don't even know how to do that. Hey, look, if you need help, I actually do this as part of our Financially Simple team. We take a 2-day event for business owners. We get the whole team together, lock us in a room, and I can guide you through this 2-day strategic planning event. If you're interested in that, reach out to me and call me and we'll make it happen. Reach out to me on Twitter, whatever. Hey, if you want to know more about planning, check out the podcast. So I just recorded episode number 76 and 77. Those were recorded here this week after hours. I do some recording late in the evening. Go ahead and take a look at the podcast. In the next 2 weeks, episode number 76 and 77 will be released. And we're dealing specifically with what is planning in business. And more importantly, what are the 3 types of planning and how do we accomplish them? So guys, it's Friday. I hope you had a rocking week this week. We have had an unbelievable time doing our planning for our team. I'm wishing you the best. Connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Reach out to me with questions. We're going to start answering questions here during the week during these live events. So guys, y'all go out and make it a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Get some rest, relaxation. We'll talk to you on the flip side.